Going on, everybody? Again, we just waiting on defense to chime in. There we go.
All right, we good.
There we go, right there. What's going on, man?
All right, finally. Salute. What's up,
Yes.
brother?
What's going on with you, man? How you feeling, man?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Start
Good.
the week off right.
Yes, sir.
Ready
Yes,
to get
sir.
into this thing we got going on right here.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man.
All right, so you ready to kick it off? You ready?
Absolutely. Go ahead, man. Go ahead, man.
All right, let's do this. All right. First and foremost, welcome to our show, Serious Sports Heads. This is something that we're gonna try to bring to you every week. My name is Dphence Peterson. I'm rocking with my partner Maurice Parker. Uh, we got a pretty good show laid out for y'all today.
Hmm.
We're gonna get into talking about some Drew Brees today. We're gonna talk about some Colin Kaepernick. I think we got some Roger Goodell going for y'all. Also, we're gonna get into talking about Cam Newton and the new head coaches in the league. And we probably finish that up talking about last year division winners and the contenders for the end of the year. So
That's right.
I'm gonna
That's
let you
right,
set the
man.
stage and you can take it from the jump.
Yes, sir. And I just want to
What you got for me?
thank everybody for not only tuning in, man, but everybody, for their input and serious NFL heads and serious NBA heads. You know what I mean? I don't think this could have been birthed without them. You know what I mean? Just their input and them setting the stage, and pretty much giving the idea, for this to happen, man. But let's get right into it, man.
Definitely.
Let's uh let's talk about Drew Brees, man. He signed that 1 year contract, right? Uh,
Right.
me personally, I think he should have retired. You know what I mean, and let Teddy Bridgewater take the helm. What you think, man? How you feel about that?
Well, when you look at it and you look at Drew Brees, we talking about a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Hmm.
Uh, I looked at some of his numbers from last year, and in 2018, he had a 74.4% completion rate. He threw for 192 yards,
Hmm.
32 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. In 2019, he missed 5 games from injury.
Right.
Bridgewater did play good in 5 years, but his number still 74.3 completion percentage, 2,979 yards, 27 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Should he
Hmm.
sign a 1 year deal? Yes. It's called leverage.
Yeah.
LeBron James, he signs a 1 year deal every other year. So he can always have his foot on his foot on his career. So I don't think he should have retired yet. He's still playing at elite level. He's at the top of his game. Um, Teddy Bridgewater knew it was a reclamation project to get him back. Now he's the starting quarterback at Carolina, so
Hmm.
I have to disagree with that one.
Yeah, yeah, man. I don't. I say reason why I say that he should have retired, man. Even though his stats were good, I think he should have retired now. I mean, more so now. Not only to let Teddy Bridgewater, and the young quarterback take over. Because I think he lightweight holding him back. But just on the strength of the comments that he just made, as far as the national anthem and his stance and the flag and things like that. I think he should retire now. Just give it up. You understand what I'm saying? That's just my take on it. He
Right.
should give it up. Stats, is good, but with that, with the comments that he's made, you know what I mean. I think he done lost his locker room now. You know what I mean. Not only he done lost the respect of his contemporaries, he done lost the respect of uh, notable athletes. LeBron James is speaking out on him. Ed Reed came out, spoke out on him. You know what I mean? So and he's also lost the respect of us. You know what I mean? Some of the fans. You know, even though you named off all those stats, you know,
Right.
you still got an opinion about, you know, what's going on, and he shouldn't have said that. So I think that he's lost a lot of leeway, you know what I mean? And once you lose that respect in the locker room, you know, I think it's a done deal, you know.
That's a good take, real good take. First and foremost, I want to say about Drew Brees' comments is that, like, once you say something the way he said it and how he came out and said it, like, for us, you know, we know how that really is. Like, that's how you really felt when he said that. And,
Absolutely.
like, you know, he was wrong for saying those comments. He, you know, the backlash was instant. Like, within 24-hour period, he went from being a hero, this Drew Brees, this great guy who can contribute. He's a team
Right,
player.
right.
He went from being that person to the instant villain.
Yep.
It was a lot like when LeBron left Cleveland.
Yep.
Not saying about the racial things and everything, but just like the magnitude of it was the same as LeBron leaving Cleveland. That part, yeah, I agree with you. It's backlash on that. But at the same time, we're talking about sports.
Yeah, for
You
sure.
play sports coming up.
For sure.
I play sports coming up. And you know that with a team, things happen within the team. And if anybody is going to, like, have your back and be there for you, and why I'm saying this, I don't mean to be jumping back and forth. We're at a point to where, like now people are actually listening for the first time to what's going on. And a lot of people are ignorant and naive to the situation.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I feel one way about Breeze, but his comments shouldn't dictate him retiring if we're talking about it. But now on another level, he has to be accountable for his action that he said. Now that you come back and apologize, like, you really got to be an activist with it.
Absolutely.
We need to see Drew Brees like all year. It can't die down when the season starts. Like, we need you to see you throughout the year. We need to see you with your teammates. I need to see Drew Brees take that knee.
Take that knee. Absolutely.
He got to take that knee.
Absolutely.
I need to see that.
Then, hey, with that, if he is taking that knee, like even when the knee to him kneeling down with his teammates that we got at the as the profile pick in the group, then guess what? You can garner some of that respect back. You know what I mean? If you walking with these guys, but you know, I say, man, out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. You know what I mean? So his first initial comment, that's really how he feel. You know what I mean? So he can go back.
We agree with that. We agree with that.
He can apologize, but you know, hey man, you know, if he's going to, you know, take it that step further and now let his actions, his walking, do the talking for him, then hey man, let's play ball. So I guess we can agree with that. You know, we can definitely agree with that, man. You know.
Well, now that we're speaking on, and like we kind of on the subject right now, we're talking about Drew Brees' comments, thing that's going on, and I just want to touch about like how this all really started as far as the NFL back in 2016 with Colin Kaepernick.
Absolutely.
But so with Colin Kaepernick, like, should he have a job right now? Should GMs be on the phone calling up Colin Kaepernick's agent, talking to him, apologizing, kissing his ass?
Unequivocally, absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. Unequivocally, absolutely yes. All right. I mean, Colin Kaepernick, man, he's a proven winner in this league. Proven winner. All right. As of today, this very day, Colin Kaepernick has gone 1,180 days without work in the NFL. All right. Colin Kaepernick, he's still young, he's still athletic, and he still can throw the ball on the string. So there's no reason why Colin Kaepernick should not have a job in this league. There's no reason. And GM should be lined up at his door. GM should be lined up at his door. You know what I mean? If everyone's going to come out, if every team is going to come out and speak on these issues of social injustice, and you know we should have stood up or we was wrong, then you have to address the person, I believe, who started it all. You understand what I'm saying? I believe you have to address Colin Kaepernick and say, hey, man, we were wrong. You know, we want to invite this guy for a workout. Now, you don't have to come out and say, hey, you know, well, we just going to invite him for a workout. But call him, get on the phone with his agent. Say, hey, we you know, we got a position. We got, you know, a quarterback competition here. You know, we believe Colin to be a good fit. You know, we seen his workout, we seen his tape. You know, albeit he did it on his own. Hey, let's get him in. Let's get him into our facility.
And while you're on that, I want to ask you this: do you think these conversations are going on right now? Do you
Do I
think
think?
a team have reached out to this people? Do you think this conversation is going on like behind the scene?
No, you know what? I think if they are or if they have, then we would have heard about it. I think we would have heard about it. You
It
know,
would have leaked
if they
somewhere. It would
were,
have
it would have somebody
the
would have
way the
leaked it.
media is today.
You know, and even
Yeah,
just even just Colin Kaepernick. You know what I mean? The way he is, you know, looking at his social media feeds, man, he would have leaked something. You know, he would have said
right.
something. You know, as he did in the past. You know, that his
With
agent, he's talking. Yeah, I'm talking to these guys. You know, nobody said anything. So I think,
right.
yeah, I think something would have leaked by now. You know.
Uh, I was looking last night, as we was talking about Kaepernick, just seeing like the perception of him, what was going on now. Uh, and I read, this is Scott Pollock from the Bleacher Report, and he had
Mm-hmm.
some words. He was talking. He was saying that Colin Kaepernick from the video, you could see a large decline. The zip on the pads wasn't there. Um, just things of that nature. You could see the rust and everything. Well, like you
Right.
said, he haven't played in like 1,000 something. He haven't played in the game in like
1,000
1,000 something days, whatever. So it's gonna be some
1,180
rust.
days. Absolutely. You know,
With-
I
but
think I think with that too, man. I think that's just going into the narrative, man. You know what I mean? And with what he said, man, I go back to what Stephen A. Smith said. You know, when he got into it with Terrell Owens on First Take. You know what I mean? I think that they were just taken away from Colin Kaepernick's ability to fit the narrative. You know what I mean? And
right,
I think it's a whole thing. They don't want to step on the NFL toes. You understand what I'm saying? If you a reporter,
right,
you know you this person, you know that's potential money, man. So you definitely not gonna want to say anything bad about the NFL, you know. And I just personally believe this whole time Colin Kaepernick has been right. You know,
right.
nobody stood with him. Nobody
Yeah.
stood with him.
I agree with you. And I'm glad that's why we're doing this right here, because it's giving an opportunity for us as a fan
Hmm.
to talk about these issues, and other people to chime in on things like this in this nature, because we hear it from the media all the time. We hear it from people in TV, who's in the game, who's in the entertainment. So
Yeah,
it's great to hear it from a different perspective.
absolutely,
And
absolutely.
and and, and while we're speaking about the perception of Colin Kaepernick, I can't help but bring up Roger Goodell, and
Roger Goodell.
number 45 is what I like to call him in his comments. Um, like so 45 come out yesterday, and he tweets this guy. So he tweets that he hoped that the NFL
Hmm.
will repel against the flag protest.
Mm.
So this is what happened in 2016 with Kaepernick, when Trump came out and said something about the NFL and the protesting. And so as NFL owners, they thinking about their pockets,
Hmm.
how deep their pocket is, how this is going to affect their pockets.
Absolutely.
So now with all this coming on the protesting and how strong it is, Trump come out and say the same thing again. How would that affect this season coming up with the NFL and Roger Goodell coming out with the video they just came out with, which was just like, I have never thought I would see that ever in my life.
Right. So, uh, I don't think right now at this stage is going to affect the NFL and their pockets at all. You know, I think the movement right now is too strong. You know, the movement with the players, you know, united together, want the backlash. You know, he's more so not worried about money, you know, but he's worried about the players. You know what I mean? Because with
Right.
everything with COVID-19 and the players to their advantage.
Right,
You
right, right.
understand what I'm saying? They could easily do that, but listen to this, man. Listen
Exactly.
to
Talking about leverage, leverage.
absolutely. Listen to this quote that Roger Goodell in 2017, October 2017, in an interview with USA Today. Roger Goodell said, "We want our players to stand," and this is in regards to protesting and kneeling for the national anthem. He said, "We want our players to stand, and we want our league to stay out of politics, and it's our goal to put that number at zero in terms of protesters." This is what he said.
Right.
This is what he quoted. Now, what did he mean by that? All right. I think he meant the same thing
When
that
when
this was
when is this quote? When is this quote?
October 2017 in an interview with USA
Okay.
Today. Yep. And
Okay.
he said that I think he's meant the same thing that Jerry Jones said when Jerry Jones said that he would actually bench players from the Dallas Cowboys
Yeah.
who actually knelt. You understand what I'm saying? So
Right.
he basically saying, "Hey man, I'm gonna get you out of here." And I think that's what he did
Right.
because you remember Eric Reed didn't have a job for a minute. You know what I mean? Then
Yeah.
they got Kaepernick
Yeah.
out of there. So if he say I'm putting that number to zero, that's exactly what you mean. I'm gonna get you guys out of here if you protesting, if you kneeling, for this national anthem. We don't want it. We in the NFL. We not worried about politics. You know what I mean? And I think that's a slap in
Right.
the face. But now, you got so many players standing. I mean, you got these players doing these videos. What is he gonna do now? He's gonna put Pat Mahomes out the league. Malcolm
Right.
Jenkins,
Nah. That's
Aaron Rodgers.
like it.
What he gonna do?
Nah.
It's a
Nah. He's
united
not gonna do
front
that.
now.
He's definitely not gonna do that. Yeah. Definitely. I don't see Goodell doing those things, any of that. And that's why I was so surprised the other day when I seen that video when Goodell came out and the NFL came out with it, because the NFL has always been about the shield. It's never been about the player. It's always been about the shield.
Yep.
So from that step from 4 years ago to right now, it is change. It's not a change that we want, but it already started, and it's coming to fruition, and I just think it's a great thing right now.
Right.
And getting back to with the NFL, and I just believe that this is a time where this whole season it's gonna be front for. Just everything. I think it's gonna be talked about during in-game interviews. I think the NFL is gonna speak about it a lot. The NFL's Player Association is definitely gonna think about it a lot. And I just think it's gonna be in the front run. And I believe it's gonna be a big part of this upcoming election in November too.
Absolutely.
Just with everything that's going on. So it's a lot of movement going on with the COVID and everything. But I just want to keep it moving. I don't want the whole show to be about politics. This ain't CNN. It's serious sports heads.
Absolutely.
So we're gonna keep it pushing. What you got for me?
All right, man. So Cam Newton, one of the best quarterbacks that we've seen in our league, man. Can run, can throw. He's a game changer. Kind of like a modern day Mike Vick to me. Just with the right hand. So do you think he's being blackballed by not having a job?
The disrespect, man. The disrespect to Cam Newton. Let me tell you something, man. Cam Newton haven't played a full season healthy at 100% since 2017. In 2018, he was playing at 70%.
Yep.
So in 2018, he's playing 75 max. Just as far as health-wise, he still completed over 67% of his passes.
Yep.
3,395 yards, 24 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. And like I said, he was at 70% of that time. Have you seen the off-season video workouts of Cam Newton?
Yes, sir.
That boy is ready.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. He is ready.
Yes, sir.
Motivated. He's got a chip over his shoulder, and it is a disrespect for what the NFL and the general managers and the owners are doing right now with Cam Newton.
Definitely.
But I do be on the roster once training camp starts.
Right.
I was thinking about some sleeper teams that you might want to look out for whenever it do starts. I think Arizona in the backup situation with Kyler Murray there. Kyler Murray like 6'1", 150 pounds.
If that.
At any
If that.
point of the season, if that, but any point of the season, you know, something can happen to him, and Cam Newton will be that guy. I mean, right now their backup is Brent Huntley. We seen what happened to him in Green Bay.
Yep.
He's Kaiserish, and you see what happened with Kaiser.
Exactly.
Another team, Baltimore. Baltimore is a team that he's an insurance policy for Lamar Jackson. Lamar Jackson run the ball just as a team. He get as many carries as one of the San Francisco backs get.
Right.
In the game.
Right.
I think that's another team you want to look out for as things get going. The LA Rams.
Yeah.
Who's backing up Jared Goff right now?
You tell me.
So, exactly. Jared Goff been on the decline. He's been on the decline. But I think them three teams like that I think that might pick them up. And then again, who is it? Anthony Lynn. With all these things going on with the society and everything, with the cabinet, you know, Anthony Lynn, he's speaking out on it. I think he's the guy that would be a good look for him to bring Cam in, bring him up under his wings.
Right. Man, I think it's key what you said, man. You said that Cam has not played a full healthy season since 2017. Now check this out, man. With all the stats you gave, the 3,395 yards, the 67% of his passes, he still had a QBR of 94%, and that's all while playing at 70%. And guess what? I think it was Ben Roethlisberger. I think it was Ben Roethlisberger that year, or Jameis Winston, who had 5,000 yards. You understand what I'm saying? Just throwing for 5,000 yards. And Cam did, you know, almost more than half of that.
I believe that was Big Ben that year.
Yeah, just more than half of that playing hurt. You know what I mean? Not even playing all the games, man. You know what I mean? So just imagine what he's gonna do while he's hungry and healthy. You
know? He an animal. He an animal. He a straight animal. I can't wait to.
Go ahead, bro. I don't see 5 QBs, backup QBs that's better than Cam. You know what I mean? Cam should be on somebody's roster right now. Cam should definitely be on somebody's roster.
It's not one backup.
Not one. You know what I mean?
It's not one backup in the league right now that's better than Cam.
Nope. Nope.
Shit. It's not 20. It's not 20 starting quarterbacks in the NFL right now better than Cam.
I mean, I totally agree.
In my opinion.
I totally agree with that, man. I totally agree with that. All right, so man, let's talk about these new head coaches, man. These new head coaches, man. What new head coach?
We got
5 new head coaches with new teams. What coach do you think? What new head coach you think is gonna fare well with their new team? All right, you know you got Stefanski in Cleveland, McCarthy in Dallas, Rivera in Washington, Judge with the Giants, and Rule with Carolina. What you think about that?
Well, the first 2 names that stand out because of the talent on their team, it's got to be the Cleveland Browns and Kevin Stefanski and Mike McCarthy with the Dallas Cowboys. Mike McCarthy is in a situation to where if they don't get to the NFC Championship Super Bowl, failure with his team. Kevin Stefanski, his expectations might not be as big as that, but he got the same type of pressure. Like he's coming into a situation where it's no excuses. You have everything in place for you to succeed today. So them the 2 names that jumps out at me. But the name that's most interesting to me is Matt Rule in Carolina. Like he's coming through a total rebuild. You're bringing in Teddy Bridgewater. He got excellent weapon in Christian McCaffrey. He got a young, nice, stingy defense. So he's came everywhere he's been as a head coach. He's succeeded. He's rebuilt programs. We seen him rebuild Baylor. We seen him rebuild Temple. He's
Good
well
point.
respected in
Good
the NFL.
point.
They've been trying to get Matt Rule in the NFL for like the past 5 years. So to win 6 to 7 games, the Carolina Panthers,
Mm-hmm.
like that would just be an
So
outstanding job with him in his first year in the NFL.
definitely,
Um,
definitely.
that's who I look at it with. What do you see? You see anything
Man,
with Joe Judge or Ron Rivera in Washington?
man, man, you know what, man? I don't think that those. I don't think Joe Judge is going to succeed. The Giants, man, are just dismal at best. You know what I mean? I know we got Saquon Barkley running the ball, but they gonna turn Saquon into the next Barry Sanders. You know what I mean? And do the same thing they did with
That's
Barry Sanders, and the same thing that Detroit did with Megatron. You know what I mean? Just getting them the ball too much. So I don't really
right.
see the Giants doing too much. You know, and I don't think he's gonna fare well. You know, in New York, but. I'm not saying I'm Stefanski is going to fare well with the Browns, and I'm not saying that because I'm a Browns fan or anything like that. I'm a diehard Browns fan, but I'm just going to go with LBJ, LBJ, and I ain't talking about LeBron James. All right, I'm talking about Landry, Baker, and Jr. You understand what I'm saying? Landry, Baker, Jr. That's all we need. I think that the Browns will really live up to the expectations that we had for them last year. You know what I mean? Or that the sports world had for them last year, man. So I think with the new coach, man, the same attitude, you know, that we had, I think we're gonna make some noise, man. You know, I think the Browns is gonna really fare well for Stefanski, you know, and if he brings that attitude, the same attitude, and they match energy, I think something can happen. You know, I think something can definitely
Right.
happen. You know what I mean? Mike McCarthy as well. I mean, Mike McCarthy's coming into a great situation in Dallas. He's coming into a great situation. You know, you can't even ask for a better situation in Dallas. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, you got two quarterbacks now. You know, even though Zeke is not. I mean, not Zeke, but Dak is not signed. But you got it. Line game. I think he's coming into a great situation. So between those two, between Stefanski and McCarthy, I think they're gonna fare well, man. You know,
Yeah.
better than Rivera, Judge, and Rule. You know what I mean? Now, like you said with Matt Rule, if he gets 6 or 7 wins, then that's gonna be a win. That's gonna be a good deal for him. You know what I mean? That's
Right.
gonna be pretty good. You know, and anything with McCarthy, you know, champion NFC champions is gonna be considered failure. That's because the owner. That's because it's Jerry Jones. You know what I mean? And the expectations that the Dallas Cowboy fans put on the team. So. Uh, that's about it, man. What else you got, man?
Um, just skating on. So we're talking about the head coaches, the new teams, in that situation. I want to touch. I want to go back. I want to go backwards. Can we go back to last
Yeah,
year for a minute?
let's go.
Um,
Let's go.
let's talk. All right, okay, so like from the division winners from last year,
Mm-hmm.
division. Which one of the division winners from last year think you would think take a seat back? But like, who was going to get the throne? Like we know KC. We would believe that KC is a front runner. They're going to win
Mm-hmm.
their division.
Think they're gonna stay put? Yep.
Uh, yeah, they're gonna definitely stay put. Um, even with New Orleans, I still think New Orleans is the team to beat in the NFC South. Even though Tom
Okay.
Brady and his friends is down there, but just from you, just thinking about the division winners last year. Remember, we got 7 teams that's gonna be in the playoffs this year. So from your point of view and what you see from last year, who's getting the throne in any division? How do you see it?
Okay.
How do you
Okay.
see this
So
playing out?
so man, I can. Uh, you got the AFC North. You have Baltimore. I believe it was Baltimore that won the division last year.
Yeah,
I
they
think
was
I,
there.
I think they're gonna be dethroned by Cleveland this year, man. You know what I mean? I don't think that Baltimore is gonna have that same magic that they had last year with Lamar Jackson because it's film study out on him now. You know what I mean? So I think they're
Right.
gonna they're gonna do the same thing that they did to Mike Vick. You know, after Mike Vick came and had his breakout year, you know what I mean, they honed in on him and made him throw the ball more.
Right.
So that's what's gonna happen to Lamar Jackson. So I think the Browns got a good chance, you know, probably going 11-5 and probably still in that division. You know what I mean? Uh, the
No,
AFC.
not trying to
Go
cut you
ahead.
off. Not trying to cut you off real quick, but I just want to touch on what you just said. So since Baker been here,
Mm-hmm.
was 2017. So our record against the Ravens is 2-2. So
Uh-huh.
so so we broke even with the Ravens the past 2 seasons. So that's just to add what you're saying.
Yeah.
I can see that happen, but you just going. I just want to throw that. I just want to throw
Yeah,
that tidbit in there.
absolutely. And guess what? The Ravens is actually one of my playoff picks, and we'll talk about that later. But I
Right.
think Cleveland is going to definitely win the division this year. You know, the AFC West, Kansas City, like we said, I think they're going to stay put. Nobody in the AFC West is going to overtake the Super Bowl champs. You know what I mean? That's
Nobody touching them. Nobody.
nobody's trying. The NFC East, the Patriots won the
Oh,
division last year. Go ahead, go ahead. You
yeah. No. You fine. You fine. You fine.
okay? So the
KC, it's a
Patriots
lock.
won. Yep. So the
Yeah.
Patriots, I think the Bills gonna overtake the division this year. You know what I mean? The Patriots don't have Tom Brady no more.
Yes.
Every year the Bills they right there. You know what I mean? They right there. They winning. You know what I mean? And they just happen to be in a division with Bill Belichick and Tom Brady. You know what I mean? Coupled with Tom Brady. You know, so now that Tom Brady's gone, you know, I don't think New England's gonna be able to sustain those winning ways. I think it's gonna be a lot of growing pains. You know, with a new QB, and I think you know Buffalo gonna use that opportunity as you know as some motivation to get the ball rolling to say, hey, this is our opportunity, you know what I mean, make a break season, you know what I mean. So I think they're gonna take advantage of it, you know. What you think about that?
Oh, Buffalo is the head honcho in the AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
Brady's gone. Not saying they're gonna make no playoffs or anything, but the Miami Dolphins are gonna beat some teams that they're not supposed to beat this year.
Oh yeah,
Um,
I agree with that.
book, book. But Buffalo is the class. Allen, we seen the maturation of him last year.
Yep.
Playing the second half of the season, even in the playoffs. He's still erratic at times, but
Yeah.
those are things that's coachable. Those are things that I really like Jerry Allen as a quarterback.
Yeah.
The backfield, the Singleton kid from Florida Atlantic.
Yes,
He had a
sir.
great rookie season.
Yes,
Um,
sir.
they put weapons on the outside and they added Diggs. Um,
Mm-hmm.
they still had what was it Beasley with them too last year?
Yep.
Cole Beasley. Yeah, that the
Yep.
Buffalo has put together, and that defense is oh my god, that defense is ready. I definitely expect Buffalo Bills to win the AFC East.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Definitely.
All right. So we got my pick on the NFC South. We
So
had Kansas City, Buffalo, and the AFC, the
hold up.
AFC. We got the
Which one?
AFC South. We got the AFC South. Titans winning this year. You know the Texans. They got rid of
Yeah,
they got rid of Hopkins, man. So I think that was he was their only threat, man. So uh,
Tennessee won it last year.
is it Tennessee
Tennessee
winning?
won.
You sure?
Yeah, Tennessee won it. Uh,
Tennessee. I'm looking at that right now.
remember, they was up on Kansas City like 24-0.
Yeah, last year. No, what's the name? What's the name? 7 last year.
So who won it? Houston won. Okay. Okay. And so who you like this season? You said you like. All right. So some technical difficulties.
Yeah, as far as Houston, their offense and their defense. Can you hear me?
We having some
I can hear you. Okay, so no, I was saying that Tennessee, uh, Mike Vrabel got them boys ready to play. You know what I mean? For the last he's
oh
been
yeah.
there, you know, they've been balling out. You know what I mean, on offense and defense. You know, Henry been running over people. You know, so Houston, you know what I mean, was they only, you know, offensive threat for real outside of Deshaun Watson. You know, who else he gonna throw to? You know what I mean? When you got that defense in
Right.
barely, you know, you just honing in on your QB, you know, and you ain't got nowhere to throw the ball, you know, you're gonna get broke up pretty quick, you know. So used to my
Yeah,
a
they
couple of
brought in Brandon
games,
Cooks.
man, but yeah, but he's not. I mean, he's
No,
not. I don't think he's a game changer like that. He's not a game changer. You know what I mean? So Tennessee, man, I think they're gonna make some noise, man. You know, I think they lost a few games last year.
I like. What was that?
No, you said you like who?
They bring back they add Phillip Rivers to that offense. Phillip Rivers gonna be able to stay upright while he's in Indiana.
Yep.
They got a nice tight end. They drafted good. There's another one of those teams with a nice young defense. Indianapolis was close last year. Jacoby Brissett, he played. He didn't play. He didn't play bad last year, but he's
No.
not that quarterback. He's not that. He's just a couple games. He's not that quarterback to take you to that next level.
No. No. Not at all. Not at all.
Like I hear a lot of people talk about Rivers, and he never got a championship. You play in one city for 16, 17, 18 years,
Mm-hmm.
it becomes so routine. And you ain't been winning for that long. It's just like a change of scenery is like perfect for him. He's gonna get to play indoors
Yeah.
8 games out the year.
Mm-hmm.
Like they're gonna love Philip. Year deal. He ain't got to look over his shoulder. He already got, he see the sunlight. I
Yeah.
just believe that Indy is the class in that division.
Think Indy. Okay.
Um,
Okay. I can respect
yeah,
that, man. I guess we're gonna see what happens, man. Uh,
definitely.
we at least
So,
at least we got two good teams there. We got because I
oh
don't think
yeah,
the Texans gonna do anything, you know, and what's his
definitely
name?
not.
The Jags game anymore for real. You know, I don't even know if that's a real
Two
team.
games. Jacksonville will win 2 games this year.
Yeah, yeah. All right, man. If that, man, they might do 0-16, man. At least I'm hoping they do 0-16, man, to get everybody off the Browns back.
Yeah,
You know.
join the game. Gang,
Yeah,
gang.
yeah, yes, sir, yes, sir. Who else? Let's go to the NFC now, man. We got the NFC West, man. What's your thoughts on the NFC West?
NFC West has gotten better. You look at San Francisco. Um, you look at the season that they had last year, and they was just played against. They
Yeah,
created so much pressure, and it
yeah,
made it so easy for their defense. But now the tape is out on that. The
yeah.
tendencies is out on it. They had
Mm,
like his
yeah,
weaknesses.
yeah.
Jimmy G is not the quarterback that you could put your team on his back and he leads you down the drive. We've seen that in the Super Bowl. With that being said, the 49ers still win the division. But I want to tell you, Arizona is a team that I think is going to be a sleeper team, and if it was a team that's going to beat them, I think they could jump over Seattle and beat San Francisco. But San Francisco is the class of that NFC West, and I believe that they'll win the division.
Ooh, those man,
What you
those some
think?
weighty words. Those some weighty words.
Yeah,
With you with the Niners, man. You know, the tape is out on. Shanahan did a great job of disguising his offense, man. The front seven, man. You know, totally made it easy on the DBs. You know what I mean? That's why I think
oh yeah,
that's what you know. No disrespect to Sherman, but that's what brought him back to form. You know, because if your front seven, you
oh
know,
definitely,
if your front seven not doing good, your DB is gonna suffer. You understand what I'm saying? That's a proven
right,
fact.
right.
That's a proven fact in football. That kind of resurrected Sherman's career. Um, but I got one thing. I don't think the team to beat, but I think Seattle is gonna come up at the
The book's still out. Right, right. You got you got you got Green Bay, Chicago, Detroit, and Minnesota. You like Minnesota winning that division? Yeah, I hear you. Now you said you like Minnesota winning that division. It's the video is kind of lagging right now. I don't know if you can hear me or not. Yeah, you just a little bit. Yeah.
Let me see this. Can you hear me now? Is that better?
Yeah, I can't hear you right now. It's like it's still lagging. I don't know if it's my connection.
So I like Green Bay. I want Green Bay to stay put. You know what I mean? I don't think Green Bay is
Okay, okay,
gonna
okay.
give up. Yeah, I don't think
You know what? I'm worried about Green Bay. I'm worried about Green Bay because to not play that quarterback. Uh, we know how great Aaron Rodgers is. He's one of my all-time favorite quarterbacks. Uh, but I feel like if it's at some point in this season, early, I believe they will pull the cord or Aaron Rodgers. And also, injuries play. If Aaron Rodgers get injured, he's not getting his starting job back. I mean, once you put the kid in, that I worry that with Green Bay. I worry about that with Green Bay. Uh, what Detroit did this offseason, with the healthy, they done brought in people like he done brought in Matt Patricia done brought in Bill Belichick guys to play that defense. Uh, this is the third year of Matt Patricia being in Detroit. This is one of those make or break years for them, and I just as much as it sounds bad coming out my mouth, I believe Detroit has a chance to win that division. Um, but I can't pick them as it. But I believe they have a game. But if I was just to pick a team to win a division right now, it would have to be Minnesota. Minnesota still got everything in place. The only thing they lost Kevin Stefanski. But now you got Gary Kubiak coming in calling plays. Uh, they lost a little. They lost that. They lost their starting safety. They losing Everson Griffin on defense. But other than that, they plugged and they filled in good. They brought in some veteran help. Uh, I think Minnesota ends up winning that division, but I would not be surprised if Detroit Lions win that division. You
Last year, the Eagles won the division last year in the NFC East. This year, man, I can't. I have to go with the Cowboys. It's hard. It's hard to pick against the Cowboys, man. You know what I mean? Even though I'm not a big fan of their fans. You know, it's hard to go against that team right now. You know what I mean? It's because, and I tell you why. I tell you why. Andy Dalton, man. You know what I mean? I think Dak is in trouble. I think Dak Prescott is in trouble. I think he should have took the money and been on good terms. You know what I mean? Because now, if they don't sign him, you know what I mean? You know, right away, Andy Dalton is coming in training camp. You know, with a new coach, learning a new system. You know, I think that's gonna be a game changer right there, man. I think Andy Dalton is ripe to he's ripe. You know what I mean? He's a 10-year vet. He's proven that he can sling the ball. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He was just in a bad situation in Cincinnati. You know, so now that he got a good running game, fill it out, man. And even with Dak, you know what I mean? If Dak come back, you know, I think it's still gonna be out and win that division.
Big problems in D. Big problems in the D. Uh, I trust Doug Peterson more than I trust Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy was fired for a reason in Green Bay. Um, I want to say that first. But you had an excellent point when you touched on Andy Dalton and the Dak Prescott situation. Um, you're dealing with you're dealing with a starting veteran quarterback who got playoff experience, who's won playoff games. he's the quarterback that he's the type of quarterback that Mike McCarthy needs for his offense. You know, he got those Aaron Rodgers traits. Like I said, he still can throw that ball on the string. He's gonna have the weapons to do it. So that could be in trouble. But at the same time, Dallas. It's Dallas. Like, no, I do not see Dallas winning the NFC South because it's Dallas. I do not see Jerry Jones and that franchise even winning the playoff game because it's Dallas. And that's all the reason I need to be saying that. But I believe Philly will win this. If we can get a full season out of Carson Wentz, that the Philadelphia it was down to like, damn, Josh McCown was about to play wide receiver for the Eagles with one more injury.
Yeah.
That's how decimated they was with injury.
Yeah.
They was down to like their fifth string running back. They still made the playoffs.
Yeah.
And Carson Wentz is one of those quarterbacks. He is. Is that his name?
Yeah.
The other tight end Philly got. But they got the young tight ends. They always play a solid defense. And Doug Peterson don't get enough credit for his play calling. Doug Peterson is up there when it comes to play calling, one of the best in the NFL. But I see Philly winning that division, man. I do not believe in Dallas. I don't oh yeah. I like Philly in that division a lot. New York, they got a while. I still don't think that New York even got their franchise quarterback yet. And then who else we got in that division? And Washington got. Hold on, I didn't hear that last part.
No, you went out. You went out for a second.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? I think it caught back up.
Yeah.
All right, so that's the NFC East. So who we got? The NFC. We did the South. Have we done the South yet?
No, we ain't did the South.
No, we haven't done the South yet.
So,
all right, I'll go first on this one. You want to go ahead and go?
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
All right. But like the NFC South, we got New Orleans, we got Atlanta, we got Tampa Bay, and we got Carolina. Easy. They got weapons galore. Drew Brees is back. Controversy and all, he's still a great quarterback. Playing that, you know how hard it is to play down there in the Superdome to get a win down there. It's just electric down there. I see New Orleans winning 12, 13 games this year.
Okay.
With the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, they're going to be good. They're going to make the playoff, but you still got to put that team together. That team still got to play together. They got to grow. They got to build together. As we seen last year with the Cleveland Browns, you brought all the talent in, but you still had to put it together. Mind you, Bruce Arians is a way better coach than what Freddie Kitchens is. And even in that offense last year, Jameis Winston threw for 5,000 yards last year. So in that offense, like Brady is going to be good, but I just still don't feel like Tampa Bay is a better team than New Orleans Saints. Atlanta is going to be better than what some people think.
Mm-hmm.
You bring Matt Ryan, you got Todd Gurley, you got a healthy Julio. Calvin Ridley is coming into his own as a receiver. they did lose Hooper in the offseason to Cleveland, but Atlanta still would be a formidable team. That they'll be a competitive team. It'll be interesting to see could they slip in the wild card that team. But New Orleans is definitely the king. Carolina, they just this straight rebuild, and we spoke on that earlier. 5-6 wins for them will be a successful season to me. So New Orleans, who you like in the South?
Man, I agree with you that the Saints, you know, they're going to be the team to beat. You know, even as a division winner last year, they got great weapons. Drew Brees is still a proven quarterback. They got a lot of weapons, man. But I still can't pick against Tom Brady, man. You know what I mean? For me, that's still like picking against LeBron James right now and Michael Jordan back in the day. You know what I mean? It's hard to go against him. You know what I mean? Once you put him on the team, look what Brady did. You know, in New England with less help. You know, now he's being coupled with Bruce Arians, who, like you said, had Jameis Winston throwing for 5,000 yards. You
Yeah,
know what I mean? That's big. You know what I mean?
yeah,
So
that's good.
he had Jameis Winston, throwing for 5,000. That's crazy.
Yeah,
Even with all the interceptions that he had. Now you bring
just
in Brett.
imagine, just imagine if Jameis didn't had. Just imagine if Jameis only had 15 interceptions.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's what I mean. You just couple the run back or the run back yards from the interceptions that he had. Put that on his total. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
you put Brady in there, who's more poised. You know what I mean? A better decision maker. Uh, better weapons. I think that um, it's gonna be. I'm gonna pick Tampa Bay, but I think it's gonna come down to that tiebreaker between them,
yeah,
between New Orleans and Tampa Bay. Definitely think it's gonna be a tiebreaker. So that first game with them, that first game, I think they play week 1. I think that's gonna be
yeah,
playoff intent.
yeah.
You know what I mean? So
And
somebody,
that's why I added Atlanta to that. Atlanta's gonna beat one of those teams once.
mm,
And so that's why I included Atlanta in that picture. And that's going to be the difference between Tampa Bay and New Orleans, in my opinion, when it comes down to winning that division.
yeah,
Because
yeah,
Atlanta's going to beat one of those teams once.
hmm yeah, and like you said, like we said earlier, and like you just reiterated, Carolina winning 6 games that's gonna be a
Oh,
plus
yeah.
for them. You know what I mean? So between New Orleans and Tampa Bay, man, I think we're poised for some good football in that division. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, and even if Tampa Bay wins or New Orleans wins, one of them go. You know what I mean? So hopefully, we get to see 3 games between them. You know what I mean? Instead of 2. You
Right,
know, so
right.
so that's that with that, man. So now with that being said, man, what are your playoff picks this year? You know,
All
what are
right,
your playoff picks?
so I made, I laid my my playoff teams, and I don't have it in like no particular order and everything,
Okay.
but I want to manage you that this year, um, getting that number 1 seed is huge.
Mm-hmm.
It's only one team that's gonna have a bye week this year.
Yeah.
So getting that extra week, um, including like we take the last week of the NFL, week 17, and having that extra bye week is basically like having a 2 weeks. So this year for that number 1 team, it's gonna be huge for that. It's gonna be huge for whoever get that this year. And I just get those 2 out the way. In the AFC, I believe Kansas City will get that number 1 seed. Uh, and then in the NFC, I believe New Orleans will be the number 1 seed.
Okay.
I see them 2 getting buys and having home games at Arrowhead in New Orleans. But the rest of the teams, and I don't have this in no particular order, that who I see making the playoffs in the AFC, I got Indy, I got Baltimore, I got Cleveland, Buffalo, Oakland, and Tennessee.
Oh.
Um,
Ooh, you
I'm
got
not Oakland.
Oakland.
It's not Oakland. It's not Oakland. It's not Oakland.
It's
It's
Las
Vegas.
Vegas. Vegas.
It's
Yeah,
Vegas.
Vegas.
I got it. It's Vegas.
Right.
So I got Las Vegas in there. In the
Right.
NFC, I like Tampa in there, Philly. I do have Dallas in the playoffs.
Okay.
Minnesota, Detroit, and Seattle.
Okay. Okay.
So,
And I got something similar, man. I'll tell you my AFCs. I think we pretty much line in line with that, man. I think I got Cleveland, I got the Chiefs, I got the Bills, the Titans, the Ravens, and I got the Raiders going. For the
you got the
NFC,
Raiders too?
I got the Raiders too, man. I think I
Okay.
think I think they're gonna make some noise this year, man.
Oh yeah.
Um, I got in the
Hold up.
NFC.
Before you say other teams, I want to touch on the Raiders real quick.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Derek Carr. Tell me about Derek Carr, man. What you think? Is this it for him? This is last season in Las Vegas?
I think that if I got him as a playoff team, but if they don't make the playoffs, he's done. It's a done deal for him. You know what I mean? I don't.
I mean, they
Not
brought in Marcus Mariota too.
yeah,
Do you
yeah.
believe Mariota would be the starter at any point in this year?
Absolutely. I was just about to say that. I think that if we see Derek Carr struggle, I think Gruden is gonna pull him.
Oh,
I
yeah.
think Gruden is gonna pull him. I think
Yeah,
Gruden
yeah.
won't. I don't think Gruden will hesitate in pulling him. You know what I mean? And
Right.
with Mariota, man, I think Mariota is still a good QB.
Yeah.
I think he's one of those guys. You know what I mean? Like
They didn't
Andy
know how to
Dalton.
use him.
Yeah, yeah.
Vrabel didn't know how to use him.
Yeah, and I think that's Gruden's specialty, man. I think
Right.
Gruden is going. He's a quarterback coach. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
I think that he going to really galvanize. He can galvanize a guy like Mariota, like kind of like he did with Derek Carr. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
he got there with Derek Carr, man, he galvanized him, man, and we saw Derek Carr he blossomed a little bit. You know what I mean? But
Right.
then he kind of plateaued. So hopefully,
That's a good way to put it. He plateaued. He kind of like we done seen the best of Derek Carr. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
yeah,
not saying he can't play at that level again, but we've kind of seen like his peak. Like okay,
yeah,
this is who Derek Carr is, and if you can't play like that consistently, yeah, I can see that him leaving
yeah,
or he getting cut or whatever, getting pulled.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah.
go ahead with your NFC.
So
Who you
so
got in
so
NFC?
NFC, I got the. I'm actually sad that I'm not picking the Rams to make the playoffs, man. But like you said earlier, man, I think we'd have seen, well, not seen, but Jared Goff is on a decline. You know what I
Oh
mean?
yeah,
I think his best year is behind him. So
yeah,
I got Seattle, the Packers, the Cowboys, Tampa Bay, the Saints, and the Eagles. All right. So I think Tampa Bay is gonna get that bye,
right.
and then everybody else gonna trickle down from there. So it's gonna be man. Listen,
Who's your so you got New Orleans, you got Tampa, you got Dallas,
hmm the Packers,
Minnesota.
the Seahawks, and the Eagles.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't. Yeah, I just don't. Like I said, I'm with the Packers. I'm not.
You
I
ain't feeling
just I
them.
don't feel like
Yeah.
it's not that I'm feeling them because they got it. They went 12-3. They went 12-4 last year.
Last year the Packers was 13-3.
13-3. So
13-3.
they're definitely not winning 13 games again.
No, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, and then like you just think of like they gonna beat up on no they like the Bears. Everybody gonna beat up on the Bears. I just don't see them making the playoffs this year. Like
No, no.
it's just with Aaron with Aaron Rodgers and drafting Jordan Love in the first round, and had that attitude, man. And if he shut it down, it's gonna be an ugly season in Green Bay.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah, for sure, man.
Well, I guess that's the material we got for the day, man. I want to salute you, my brother.
Yes, sir.
This was
Always,
fun.
man.
It was great material, man. I can't wait till we do this again. As a
Yep.
matter of fact, we got something going on tomorrow. You want to tell everybody about what's going on tomorrow?
So tomorrow, for everybody that's in this group that's a part of Serious NBA Heads, we're gonna be doing the same thing tomorrow at noon. And Serious NBA Heads talking straight basketball. I know everybody's ready for this basketball season. Everybody's been
Oh
itching,
yeah.
you know, not only itching to play, you know, if you're a hooper, but itching to just watch basketball and get this season over with, man. Because everybody got a lot of opinions on who gonna win. You know what I mean? Who's the MVP, and you know who's the best player in the league, and you know we got a lot to talk about, man. So it's gonna be interesting, man. So if you're part of this group and you're also a part of Serious NBA Heads, tune in live tomorrow at noon, and we're gonna be with you talking straight basketball.
All right, so you heard it from Maurice. We're gonna be in the NBA series heads tomorrow. The series NBA heads tomorrow. We're gonna give you the NBA Raw, and we're looking forward to it. We're gonna close out today by saying thank y'all for watching our show today. This is just the start for us to get going. Here in a couple of months here or so, we get things back together. We're looking forward to doing that. And everybody have yourself a great Monday, and we'll see you
Mm-hmm.
next time.
All right, see y'all next week. Y'all comment,
Salute.
put y'all comments in, and let us know what y'all think. Ask questions, and anything that we can address next week, man, we'll address it, man. So y'all take it easy. All right, brother.
And look out for the polls. We're gonna be posting polls in the groups so we can talk about it on the episodes on the shows.
All right.
All right, now next time.